Unfortunately, Glios has to go as his comatose state and health reasons state that he is not feeling the best, so I wish Glios feeling the best. Hopefully he gets a little bit better. This is going to be game number 3 of week number 3 of the PulseFire Gaming's LCS-style tournament here. This is going to be Team East Coast versus Elite Synergy. We just saw Team East Coast, unfortunately, bite the bullet here in the last one, and we did see Elite Synergy bite the bullet in our first game. So this is going to be both teams fighting for a victory here. One's got to win, one's got to lose. Can't have a double surrender, as Riot did fix that here. So, without further ado, we should be getting this game underway. Now, so far we've seen some huge plays. Crazy team compositions. We've seen proxying. We've seen some crazy things. Interested to see if maybe we're going to see some more of that action here into the next game. Now, I want to hear between you guys and the games that you've seen tonight. We've seen Elite Synergy. We've seen Team East Coast. Who do you guys think is going to take the victory away here? As picks and bans are going to be coming out. We see Gragas being banned out. Understandable. His wave clear is absolutely out of this world. 2 barrels, whole wave is gone, as well as a ton of burst damage in the mid lane. Makes him an absolute nuisance to go up against. Understandable on the Yasuo as well. That wind wall being a team fight changer. Single-handedly can toss the wind wall out, stop initiators, stop major ultimates from being used, as well as a ton of disruption and CC. Now, I'm not able to hide the summoner spells, unfortunately, Strummer. I will find a way to change that here in the future. I am sorry. We are going to see also Renekton being banned out, as we just saw the power of Renekton doing the proxying, able to be a total bully in the top lane, has that early game damage, brings it into the mid game, and then of course, well, late game, he's just a beefy front wall, able to kill down anyone he wants incredibly quickly. Leona being taken away as that initiating bot laner. No one wants to deal with her. She's able to put down the Sunlight procs, which just increases the whole team's damage. And then Annie and Kassadin, very understandable on the bans. Annie with tons of CC, that 50-second Tibbers in the late game, and also with her constant poke in bottom. And Kassadin being taken out because you can shut him down in mid, but then he's going to leave mid and he's going to go bottom, he's going to go top, he's going to go in the jungle, he's going to pick up 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kill, and snowball out of control. One champion we haven't seen yet played today is going to be Vi, and this is what you get. You don't ban her, she will be picked and played. She is such a high pick and ban champion because of her ability to lock down somebody in the back, able to use the assault and battery, close, pop everyone up, stand them aside, lock down the AD carry or whatever AP carry, any target they want, get the kill, and continue a push. And we do see the Thresh and Wukong being picked up for Elite Synergy here, and they're going for kind of a little bit of a role reversal. We did just see Team East Coast have the Thresh Wukong. They couldn't make, you know, those crazy big plays happen, but maybe Elite Synergy can pull it off here. We will have to see. We do see Lulu being picked up. Could be that support Lulu, could be that top or mid AP carry Lulu that we've been seeing so much pulled out from the LCS. We are going to see Caitlyn, who's got very nice range, able to sit in the back as long as they get a beefy front line. No one's going to be able to touch her. And come late game, she's got that headshot proc, which if it crits, oh. Plus the ace in the hole for anyone who does try to run away. If she gets vision on you, well, she's about to put that bullet where the sun don't shine. Blue team very strong right now, though, with the Lulu overgrowth on top of Vi. That is a full 2 seconds of CC, basically pop-ups that one target is going to have to take. And I'm not sure what Purple's going to do to kind of answer that. We'll have to see. They do have Shyvana, Ezreal being picked up possibly here, which is going to allow Shyvana to dive into the back and Wukong to dive in the back, with O'Grady on Ezreal able to kind of dance around and stay well away, getting the Trinity Force, or if he decides to go with the Frozen Fist, he can stay out of the range of anybody on blue team and really force them to be put out of position to try and kill him here. So far, purple team with the Thresh, Wukong, tons of CC coming out of those two champions with the ultimate, and of course Thresh, who's just a god tier support right now, and Shyvana, who is going to be that top lane nuisance. She's going to just turn on the burnout, throw out her flame breath, clear the whole wave, then start roaming. She's going to go clear the jungle. She's then going to come back into top. And if it is going to be a Nasus up there, he's going to get bullied out really, really early. Something that he's going to have to be very careful of, as we see Strummer locking in with the Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate being a champion that was very, very popular in Season 2, early Season 3, and has fallen basically off the face of the map altogether, only because people have figured out how to deal with a global, and there's other champions to pick that are just more beneficial. However, we will see if that classic throwback champion can turn the tides of battle with those ganks. Got to make sure you pop those gold cards. You don't want to pull a blue card and try to gank anybody. That is never any fun. That's a big oopsies if you do so. Now, looking at, they are going to rock with the Nasus. If they draw this to late game, they have Nasus, who's going to be that indefinite farming machine, who's going to be an absolute dog. And one thing that's going to be nice is he's able to toss the Wither out on Shyvana if that Vi comes top, which is then going to put down the Spirit Fire, reduce the armor on top of Vi's armor reduction anyways. Hope Shyvana's ready for the damage that's going to be coming out. And not sure where this Yorick, if it is going to be Yorick Mooring. Maybe. Changing it around. Can't make up the mind. Who's it going to be? Lock and load. It is going to be Ziggs. Now, Ziggs and Gragas being the two champions right now that are picked and banned only because of the wave clear that they have. Ziggs, a little bit more of a problem because he's got that global capability, able to drop down the Mega Inferno Bomb and have presence just as much as TF is. So if Ziggs says, hey, TF's missing, guys, we got to be careful for him. Ziggs sees TF go bottom, sees him go top. Well, all of a sudden, Ziggs lays down the ultimate and hopefully is able to turn the tides of battle, scare the TF away. We will have to wait and see. Now, what's going to be interesting is both these teams here are very, very solid. You can see the Shyvana, Wukong, Thresh, Ezreal, Ziggs. They have a lot of poke, and they have the initiation if they want, where blue team has just as much poke and initiation as well. Both these teams very, very balanced here. We will have to see if maybe purple team goes with the level 1 invade. They do have the Thresh for the hook. They could even run Ziggs with the stature charge to CC some people down. Ezreal's got the poke. Wukong with devastating blows or Nimbus Strike for a gap close. And blue team, no level 1 fight. They don't want it. Probably going to go with the defensive stance. But again, we will have to see. As we load into the game here, I'm going to go grab a quick drink. So if everyone will just hang on for me, and we will get this game underway in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this 5th day of July, in the year 2050, I, Lady Gillespie, am proud to present to you Toothless Hawkins and his robot jazz band. 1, 2, 3, 4.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
Is this thing called jazz?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be loading into the game here. This is going to be Team East Coast versus Team Elite Synergy. Again, we have seen both of these teams played earlier today. Both have lost, and both are looking for a victory. They want to take it away. They want to show us all that they got the skills that it takes to pay the bills. We look at ES Scoop with a rock in the diamond border. Now that is diamond in threes. Don't get too worried, as this tournament is gold and below. You cannot be higher than actually platinum 3 is the highest you can be, and you need to be below that for the rest of the team. That's why we've been seeing such crazy games as we load on in here. Will we see that invade? Will we see anybody going on in for something crazy? TF picks up the gold card kind of for that defensive stance if something is to happen. He wants to make sure that they can disengage as quick as possible. And both teams just rushing down. Going to go for that protect. Make sure that nothing crazy is going to happen. They want to keep everyone safe. Keep it all nice and simple. There's the pings coming out, spreading out. Okay, tons of pings going out. Everybody's going everywhere. Who knows what's actually going to happen? As this is a game of League of Legends, nothing is set in stone. There's, quote, a meta, but you don't actually have to follow it at all. So I encourage anybody who plays this game to mess around, have some fun. We always get so caught up in this meta that it needs to be such and such in every lane that we lose the fun that's in it. So don't forget, everyone's spreading out. Nice and easy. Strummer coming up onto the mid. We do see then Bounchico Selic and Trent Dental chilling down near the blue buff. And ping's coming out everywhere. No one wants to know, or no one really knows where they want to go here. And we see Thresh. Hey, you gotta do something. Everyone playing very defensively. No one wants what happened, at least Elite Synergy doesn't want what happened last time. They went in, they got hooked, and then it was a recipe for disaster from there. They tried to make a big comeback, didn't happen. Same with Team East Coast. They had a good early game and lost it when it came to the mid game here. So no one wants to make any false move. What everyone is playing for in that grand scheme of things is, well, you'll have to go to the links below and check it out. And also check out PulseFire Gaming. Good little group of guys that do play. So it's worth a little check out. We see Vi picking up the blue, as well as Wukong picking up, or Vi picking up red, Wukong picking up blue, which means they're going to try to get top as quick as possible to get that gank off. Now, when it comes down to it, both champions are just as deadly when it comes to a gank, as ES Scoop putting the damage onto Strummer, letting him know that he is here to play. Though they're filled with water, that's still deadly. Poison water or something, it's got a lot of chlorine in there. Anyone who doesn't know, this is a little bit of a graphic change on TF as well. You can kind of see the cards flipping between now and see what the next order is going to be, so that newer players know at least what card's going to be coming up. Sometimes people thought it was random, so they wanted to show them that it wasn't. Now, Strummer did have to use that health pot here, or use at least one of the charges on the crystalline flask, which is why he picked it up. He knew he was going to get poked out, and that was a very smart play. As we look, everyone just farming, doing their normal thing. No one wants to. Oh, but there's the hook down onto the Thresh, and they are level 2. The fling backwards doesn't actually go anywhere. The ignite coming down onto Urwal. He's going to be forced to back away. That health pot ticking. Made sure that he wasn't taking any lower. That's the #1 thing. If you guys are going to get ignited early, make sure you health pot it. Negates it out up until level 2. Level 3 is when ignite will actually do more. Trent Daniel taking so much damage as well. Both 80 carries now, chilling very low. And this is just the power with Lulu Caitlyn. They are double poke champions. Instant Lulu doesn't have any ability or any mana left, but they still have the auto attacks. We see Wukong making a play bottom as Vi finishing out the White Wraith, possibly looking to gank. Wukong ninjaing his way in, does make it to the bush. Ward comes down. Very, very sneaky. There's the hook, does land onto the Lulu. Does use the flay backwards and the flash onto Instant Noodle, who's taking incredible low, uses the shield. Is it going to be enough? And Thresh O'Grady picking up that first blood as Urwal is going to back off, knowing that it is just him in this. It is not worth it to stay and possibly give another kill away. We see in top, Nessus more than happy to farm underneath tower. Very easy for him. He's got base stats that are more than high enough to make sure that he can last hit under there, as well as that Q farm. Very easy for him to start stacking it up underneath the tower. Vi looking to maybe make a play here in middle as we see TF is getting bullied out. Vi wants to give him some help there. Caitlyn still chilling down at bottom. That quarter HP as she's gonna back. Lulu's coming up here. Maybe she'll stay. Oh, and the gold card is trying to get picked up. Does land into a beautiful Q from Bounchka. Wow, wow. A little bit of burst damage coming out. That sidestep from Caitlyn as well. Beautifully done. And auto attack after auto attack with that Lulu. Little attack damage steroid. It's going to help him do just a little bit more damage. That's one of the things to realize as an AD carry. If Lulu gives you the shield, start auto-attacking. If there's no minions there, you're going to do more damage because of the 3 extra little hits that Pix gives you. Now you can always also put that on a minion, then auto-attack somebody and use a little bit of a misdirection to have it proc. We see this was just the power of Shyvana. She's up there, constantly pushing to the tower, which just means once Vi hits 6, she can go in there, lock Shyvana down. The Wither as well is going to slow, and she can get picked up quite easy. But she's got no problem with pushing the wave over and over. 32 farm to 33 farm, very close up on the top, as both junglers as well. Going to be doing that first back here shortly. I've already cleared through. There's Wukong's first back. We see him picking up the Spirit Stone, going for that Spectral Wraith, giving him some more damage. Vi just still looking to go back, has that extra health pot, says there's no point for me to. I can keep farming jungle, I can make the money. TF finally going back here, picking up double Doran's Ring as he's getting bullied out, looking for that extra HP to kind of sustain up into the lane, as well as it's pretty standard once you start using the wild cards and clearing out the mage minions. Makes it very mana efficient. We have Ziggs picking up the Chalice, very standard, probably going to be rushing for the Athenes because the cooldown reduction as well as that mana regeneration is so nice on Ziggs. Ezreal going for that early phage as Caitlyn is yet to back. We'll have to see when she goes back here. And constant harass from Ziggs is great. This is what you need to do for a TF. You want to keep him as low as possible and keep him from farming. You want to make sure that, hey, if he leaves this lane, he's leaving with a quarter HP at most. See, that scoop is now level 6. The hook does come down onto Caitlyn. The Thresh with the flay backwards, timing it perfectly with the 90 caliber net. They're going to continue on, and the Ignite barrier coming out. Ezreal trying to make something happen, but the body block from Instant Noodle isn't going to be enough. It does save the flash auto tech from O'Grady. That's going to give him 2 kills so far, and they're continuing on to Instant Noodle. The shield going off isn't going to be enough. Thresh with the hook does land, but Trent Daniel is not able to follow it up as they pick up 1 kill for nothing. Beat Synergy now 2-0 in this game so far. Got the 2 kills, though both are on Thresh. He is very fed, and I'm interested to see what he's going to go back and get. He already has the Spirit Stone and the Pink Ward to kind of clear up for the Dragon if they want to make a big play there. We see Shyvana, look, here she goes. She's going to start proxying. She's yet to back either champion in top lane. Both sitting on about 1,600 gold even. They're very close. And Bounchka, wow. Going in, taking his red, almost level 6. There we go, we do see it coming down. So now, where's he gonna go gank? He's got the assault and battery. He just needs to pick a target. So as they go lock down Ziggs, TF then can follow it up with a gold card lead into the assault and battery. She could also go top and lock down the Shyvana. We see Shyvana picking up the Bilgewater Cutlass. She's going for the sustain kind of damage stick to an 80 carry build here, where she's gonna Dragon Descent in, use the Cutlass or Blade of the Rune King, slow the 80 carry, and then continue to just auto attack and zone out here. We see O'Grady doing a great job to just kind of fight it out with Caitlyn, but it's a losing fight. He needs to be careful there. As Lulu now coming up, you see Wukong saying, hey, come on over, they got the ward there. There's the Ziggs Mega Inferno Bomb. Are they looking to take it? They are trying as Shyvana up and top. Oh, and there's Bounchika Wow going in on Salic, and he's gonna get Assault and Battery locked down. And the Cyclone coming out is gonna be too little, way too late, and he's gonna be dropping as Strummer picks up a kill. First kill for Team East Coast. That was a great play. They were just very coordinated there. They saw that Wukong was trying to make something happen once the Mega Inferno Bomb came out, and they just turned around and capitalized on it. Oh, and there's TF showing up with a beautiful flay backwards. However, the stun card, O'Grady is going to use the box, but it's not going to be enough, as Urwal is going to pick up that kill, and Fearless is going to be able to go and start that proxying again as Bounchika Wow fighting on a scoop, has the red buff, and burns Barrier. Great job going in, scaring the Ziggs enough to use Barrier, and then just backing out knowing, hey, that Summoner's down now, which means TF, have fun. If you want to burst them out, you have the option to. Take a look. In bot lane, it's just become this total poke fest. Ezreal now with 2 assists and up in farm on Caitlyn. But Caitlyn has that infinite sustain down there with the double Dorans and the Vamp Scepter. Probably going for that Bloodthirster first. And Ezreal going for that Trinity, which is understandable. Gives him the ability to kite, keep a any target that wants to get into his face, keep them away, and do great amount of damage. Salic in the top, just saying hello, monkeying around, goes in with the clone, and starts auto-attacking, buying the red buff, doing a little bit of damage, just letting Nasus know. But they could go for a dive here. There's a Dragon Descent as well, and Wukong going on in, as Shyvana's gonna tank it, and they're gonna walk out fearless, doing and being just that. Absolutely fearless, and pick up that kill on a Nasus, no problem. Oh, the hook does come down at Urwal, and the flay backwards, almost into the tower range, as Trent Daniel is very low. He's trying to stay away. 90 caliber net, the shield coming out. Caitlyn's trying to run away. The ignite is ticking. Health pot as well. The exhaust went down onto Ezreal. This is going to be a bit of a back out, as O'Grady is going to get poked out here, and Trent Daniel, though, isn't going to be enough. Oh, taken so low here, and still has the barrier. And that is great play from Ezreal, knowing, hey, oh, but Strummer, does he want to make something happen? Yes, he does. Goes out with the slow, throwing out the wild cards. Does get hooked into the tower. Takes a tower shot. Is forced to flash away. No one's able to follow it up, though. O'Grady trying to, but Vi is there. There's Caitlyn with the net Q combo. That burns all the mana. She's going to farm that wave, and Bounchika Wow with the flash lockdown. Barrier coming out. Bounchika Wow is underneath tower. Is it going to be enough? Trent Daniel tries to run around it. And it is going to trade a 1-for-1. Great job by Ezreal, utilizing his champion, dancing around. Oh, and there's Wukong coming up with the Cyclone. But the overgrowth from Lulu, is it going to be enough? Caitlyn stutter stepping, doing the damage, tries to use the cupcake. Is it going to be enough? Does get flayed right into the auto attack range of Wukong, who's so low. The auto attack. Instant Noodle's going to pick up the kill. As we switch to see Shyvana and Nasus duking it out here. And Strummer constantly getting poked down from Scoop in the mid lane. However, the biggest difference is down to that farm in mid. Look at TF, 62 farm to Ziggs' 106. You can just take a look at the gold difference here. I mean, though it's only 300, once Ziggs goes and backs, he's going to be very, very well off in this mid lane here. As well as we see that Fearless in top, very close to that Blade of the Rune King. Just needs to go and combine it all as Noob Warrior doing the best thing you can possible. Remember, Shyvana, though it scales off physical, is actually majority of magic damage. So you want to get early magic resist, and then armor and health. Oh, we see Fearless is going to take that tower, and then begin the fight on a Noob Warrior using the Dragon Descent. She is going to go on in. She's a fearless little dragon. And there's Noob Warrior saying, I'm a dog, let's duke it out. But they are both going to back away here. or dog versus dragon? Which would you rather have as a pet? I don't know. I like dragons, even though I have a dog. Wouldn't trade my dog for anything here. As Noob Warrior is going to back away. Oh, but Strummer in a very bad position does get hooked, and he's going to explode as the flay backwards. He stands completely still. He knows that he can't go anywhere. He doesn't have flash. He wasn't going to run away. Rather than fighting, he's just going to give up. And this is going to be a dragon for Elite Synergy. This is going to put their gold even farther ahead. They're up 2K now, and 1 tower, couple kills. This does put them up to 3K almost as a lead. And that's just the power of Dragon and coming to that early mid-game stages, where in bottom or even in mid, if you can pick up a kill, you can do the Dragon. And there's Ezra with a ton of damage as O'Grady's taking incredibly low. With the hook, it does land. The Tremendo coming out here. Is it going to be enough? O'Grady is going to get sniped down by Urwal as Trent Daniel tries to run away, and it is going to be too little, too late, and that's a double kill now coming from Urwal. A turnaround double. That is fantastic. That is exactly what Team East Coast needed to give them a little bit of a morale boost into this game. The kills now even 6-6, though they are down by 2K gold. It is just that little advantage that they just need, they feel. There's Scoop with the blue buff. Look at him constantly throwing out skills. Strummer sitting there waiting. Needs to get close enough to throw an auto attack for either gold card, blue card, or red card. And all Ziggs has to do is run away and toss water balloons at you. Now we do see that Shyvana did steal the blue buff away. Ward coming in too little, too late. And this is this is where Shyvana is the total bully. She's farming top, and she's running in the jungle. She just took blue buff away. Now she's taking wolves away. Bounchika Wow Wow is gotta get wards up, or at least has to help his Nasus in top, or it's gonna be the same exact thing that we just saw, where Shyvana, or in this case Renekton, oh, and we do see that the flash right into the gold card from Strummer as ES Scoop is going to be taken incredibly low, but he turns around with a kill, says, if you're going to take me down, I'm taking you down with me. The aces are wild. Cards are loaded. Step back and get exploded. You see that's exactly what Ziggs did. Turnaround picked up the kill. And that's the thing, if you are not ready for it, oh, it's Urwal is going to be taken incredibly low here. Walks into the box, that 99% slow is Trent Daniel looking for the auto attacks, but the pop-up from Lulu, they're trying. Trent's going for the assault, but does end up backing off here, as Vi's going to be showing to bottom, but we see that Salik wants to make something happen, maybe, sorta, kinda, sorta wants to, he's thinking about it. Is not going to be able to go in, as Strummer shows up into top onto Fearless, and oh, there's the turnaround going in with the Dragon Set. So much damage. Holy cow. On Strummer, that last tick of Ignite is going to be enough to kill him, as Fearless is going to duke it out with Noob Warrior. Waiting for that burnout. Does go for the flash. The burnout is going to be up. Wukong showing up for bottom, but is going to get stopped here. And there's the Cyclone. Does use flash to pop a Bounchika Wow Wow. And they do hook onto Instant Noodle. Is it going to be enough? O'Grady's going to be forced to flash away now as Salik's taking incredibly low. Caitlin's just looking for the range, or for the vision. Trent Daniel now 2v1ing, and he's going to back out here. Turning around with the ultimate, cannot snipe anybody with it. As Urwal does not have the mana, does get hooked into the minion wave, and they turn around so much damage, and O'Grady picking up yet another kill. That's 3 kills now on this support. Somebody stop him. He has got a death sentence, and he's dishing it out. You see ES Scoop, because TF wants to leave, is going to freely take onto this mid tower, and he is so big right now, has the Athenes, has the needlessly large rod, and takes down the mid tower, letting minions do the work. In bottom, this is very, very bad for blue team. They keep getting engaged on, though they haven't died. They're doing a very good job at getting away. They can't make anything happen. Trent Daniel, if he goes in, he's able to poke you down, force you away, and then run away himself. Burn your summoner spells, and then do just this, which is start taking down the tower. And this is all that Elite Synergy needs to do. They have both top towers taken now, or they have one top tower taken now, sorry, and both mid towers taken down. All they need to do is take bottom. Dragon's going to be up in a minute and a half. They can go and then take that. They can even start going for a really early Baron if they wanted, but Bounchika Wow Wow showing up in middle, putting down tons of damage on his Strummer, who's going to be forced to flash away now. Bounce Chicka Wow Wow going in as we see Salek coming up for him, saying, I got you, I'll help you out. But Salek's now getting turned on here as Bounce Chicka Wow Wow in a 2v1 there. He's just going to back away. TF was way too low to get in there and help. Look to see Shyvana going for the Sunfire Cape next. She's going to be super tanky, tons of damage, and is going to be able to stick to anyone. And there we see Urwal again getting hooked. But Trent Daniel doesn't have any mana, which is what Ezreal is so dependent on because of a majority of his damage. Not only comes from auto attacks, but from the bonus Q. And of course, the Sheen being attached to it, and then his ability to kite because of the Phage, and the Zeal for random critical chances. That's the beautiful thing about Trinity Force. You get the best of both worlds, and or all the worlds as Fearless. Going and being not scared at all. He's a crazy little dragon. And Bounce Chicka Wow is just going to Q on over the wall, get out of there, and head on home. Looking nice and fancy, showing us some moves. Or her moves. O'Grady clearing out the pink ward, getting ready for the dragon that is going to be up in 30 seconds here, making sure that Team East Coast has no vision. This is one of those things where the next dragon is going to be a point of contention. As TF showing up for Salek in mid, does land the stun. Bounce Chicka Wow Wow going in. Salek is super low. The Thresh Lantern, though, isn't going to be enough. He's trying. He's running away. Caitlyn with the Q is not going to land as Strummer picks up the kill now. And it's O'Grady who's going to be taken incredibly low and eventually killed here by Urwal. Instant Noodle now very, very low. And there's the Mega Inferno Bomb. Snipe Cheesy picking up the kill onto Lulu here. Dragon does become live, but with no jungler, no smite, and no tank line, we are going to see Elite Synergy backing out here. As Nasus tried to make a little bit of a rotation down there, did have teleport, looked like he did use it, and finally showing back up the top. Fearless, though, not a care in the world, does not give one crap about Noob Warrior. He's going to go and take this blue buff, and there's nothing that Nasus is going to be able to do, as we see Team East Coast picking up the dragon here. Oh, and ES Scoop gets way out of position, locked down. Urwal going for the ace in the hole, but does not have vision. And there it goes, does have it. Thank you, Bounce Chicka Wow Wow. A little bit of a bro high five there, as Urwal, though, stuck out. And it's a trade, 80 carry for AP carry here, as Shyvana leaving top, going in on a Strummer, taking incredibly low. The Lantern coming out. Does not even land in the range of Shyvana, so no assist there for O'Grady, though he was looking for it. It was not close enough, and Shyvana picks up the kill onto TF here. And we see this is why TF not always being picked and is really fallen out of favor because of his very short range, and there's too many champions out there, too many gap closes, and he's way too squishy. He's got to sit back, throw out the wild cards constantly. Late game, he's very good. Early game that he kind of struggles, in mid game where he excels, or in this case does not do the hottest. However, he does have some very great items on him. Looking for that Lich Bane next. Already has the death cap, so once he gets that, he's gonna have a ton of burst. So Grady goes in for the hook, does not land it. They're gonna be able to pick up this bottom tower. We do see Elite Synergy racking up 4 tower kills to Team East Coast's 1. And this is where, just like in the last games that we've been seeing here tonight, all Elite Synergy needs to do is team up, as we see Shyvana with the red buff going on to Noob Warrior. And though there is going to be that Wither, it's not going to be enough, as the burnout and auto attacks is going to take Noob Warrior lower and lower and lower, and the final execute, siphoning the life out with the Blade of the Rune King. And that's just the most degrading thing ever, knowing you're like, oh, I'm away, and then you get sucked the life out of you. Bounce Chicka Wow Wow is going to be taken on to 3, goes on to Salek, not necessarily the target he wants to. A Cyclone comes out now. Bounce Chicka Wow Wow is super low, and Salek trying to run away, does use the clone, however, is not going to be able to escape. As we see Ezreal going in, chasing, no fear in the world. Urwal taken out, oh, and Strummer showing up here. Barrier is going to be used, the flash from Ezreal is going to pick up the kill, and there's the pause. Somebody disconnected here. We take a look. We see that Ezreal and TF duking it out here. We do see Urwal taking incredibly low. The unpause immediately coming out here. The Thresh flay backwards, and O'Grady securing 4 kills so far in this game. Absolutely just adding souls to this Lantern left and right. He is guiding the way for his team here with some great hooks and just dominating in his job. Now Caitlyn doing very well for herself also, has the Bloodthirster, has the Last Whisper, just lacking the attack speed, which I guarantee is going to be that next big item that she buys, as she needs something. Because she attacks very, very slow, but hits like a truck. We see Ziggs with the Mega Inferno Bomb, just clearing out some minions. 209 farm for him, and this is where Ziggs and Gragas are being banned out because of the wave clear. They're able to get so farmed so fast. It is 23 minutes in with the 200 farm. That is right on point of where you want to be, and he is just demonstrating the power of Ziggs, finishing the death cap, has the magic pen boots now, and Athene's. He is set and ready to go in any team fight. You see Shyvana as well, who is 4-0. And picking up another kill onto Strummer here. Every time he goes up and shows his face anywhere near Shyvana, Shyvana puts him in his place pretty quick. Says, hey, you want to play cards in my house? Well, guess what? I don't stand for that. None of your gypsy nonsense here. Get out. Oh, tons of damage going on to New Warrior as well as the ultimate. He's going to be forced to ult. About to go wow trying to tank some of the Ezreal Qs. As we see Team East Coast getting forced out of mid as Elite Synergy pushing down onto the mid tower now. They're knocking at the door and nobody has an answer. The tower is going to fall as Urwal is going to get hooked after the 90 caliber net. Just trying to get flayed back. Bouncy Gawamo diving in, and here we see TF showing up as well. He does get instantly popped up as well as Bouncy Gawamo going on to Trent Daniel, but he's taking incredibly low. Ziggs Mega Inferno picks up the kill onto the Vi for a double kill. And Scoop is just being a complete monster. Now he's going to start 1v1 in Caitlyn, which is not what he wants to do. Ace in the hole coming through. Oh, and Sayla cannot body block it. There is very, very upset rage going on, at least in my mind. Tries for it, could not get it. As Strummer coming up, oh, does turn around, wants to get that inhibitor, but instead goes for Strummer, leaving Ezreal to get that inhibitor, and Fearless is going to be a bit of a sacrifice, but not after he tries to take somebody down with him. See Trent Daniel kiting around, has the phage. Once he hits that Q once, he is going on home totally fine. So that mid inhibitor did fall for Team East Coast, so now Team Elite Synergy has super minions that will be spawning mid. Dragon is going to be up in 50 seconds. Baron is alive. No team has gone and gotten it yet. So if they let super minions push up mid, and they have top as well, they could easily go and take the Baron. There's nothing that Team East Coast is going to be able to do, because if they do, their base is going to go away. The other thing that Elite Synergy has the option to, once the minions start pushing up, they can go bottom, start the poke game, slow push it. As soon as somebody backs off to go clear minions, well, then you fight. And this is a very scary situation for Team East Coast to be in right now. They have to keep wave clearing, they need to have map control, or at least get as much map vision as possible to see when the next big play is going to be going down and where it's happening at. Now everyone just farming up, trying to get that money. We can't see a huge gold difference, almost 10k between Elite Synergy and Team East Coast. It is not looking great, but anything is possible. They just need to hunker down and stay focused. See Fearless going in 5-1, finally did die with the last team fight there. Sacrifice for that top inhibitor. To see O'Grady going in. Is he looking? He is. He's smelling blood. That support with 4 kills wants more. You see assist pings coming down all over for blue team, but there's already 4 members of Elite Synergy that are going to push this tower down. Do they have an answer? There's Australia's going in. Thresh with the hook. Not necessarily the target he wants to land on. And there's the Mega Inferno Bomb as well. And the Ezreal ult. That is 2 fairly big cooldowns that did just get used here. We see Shyvana and Nasus duking it out in the top lane. Nasus taking so low, Shyvana being so aggressive. Wants to dive in, can't get the kill. Oh, Grady is taken down. There's a Wukong Salek with the ultimate in the back. Strummer taking so low, is going to survive. We see 4 members of Team East Coast, but Fearless dropping the tower. No one has an answer for him. The ace of the hole is going to go down. That is going to be a kill, but Ziggs is going to snipe Strummer in the background. Caitlyn now with the headshot onto Ziggs, and Trent Daniel picking up the bottom tower here. This is the thing. All they have to do is flip push. They're going to hook onto Instant Noodle. O'Grady dropping the box. And that is going to be a beautiful disengage from Elite Synergy. Great job from O'Grady. Lands the hook. then drops the box, says, hey, you want to walk through, you want to catch us? That's great. 99% slow says no. With the whole fight that just happened here, if we take a look, we had Shyvana and Nasus in the top. Shyvana bullied out Nasus, took him incredibly low, and then took the top tower. Soon as that happened, and there was the presence up there, we saw Elite Synergy, 4 members pushing up bottom. They were doing a 2-prong attack, which is great. They have the dominance in top, no need to all go up there. Let Shyvana do her work, she took the tower, and then Elite Synergy took both bottom towers for 1 death. That was it. That is a very, very good trade. Now there's the pings coming out from Elite Synergy onto the Baron. They have the 10k gold lead. They have 10 towers to 1. This is not looking good. They need just pray. Pray. Helix Fossil, guide us. Trent Daniel going to be picking up the red buff. Has the Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, and now Trinity Force. He does a ton of damage, as well as Ziggs, who has a lot of burst, able to toss out the Q, use the Lich Bane on top of his passive, and Vi trying to make something happen. She is going to get forced out, as Fearless going in, being just that once again, totally Fearless, does land a crit, has a Trinity Force, and O'Grady with a beautiful hook, and flame backwards, bouncing wow, does have to flash over. As we see TF trying to make something happen, but Fearless going in. Can the snipe land? It is not going to hit. There's Wukong with the Shirelius coming from the Thresh. Ziggs does not have the Mega Inferno Bomb. He did just use it. As there's 4 members now of Elite Synergy pushing onto this top inhibitor. It did respawn. Mid inhibitor is up and bottom as well. See Wukong going in, does use a Cyclone on Urwal, who's going to be forced to flash away here. See Bouncy go wow diving in, ace in the hole coming in onto Salic, but O'Grady beautifully blocks it. See Ziggs forced away, does use it. Strummer, or Bouncy go wow running. Strummer constantly stunning and gunning. Salic going in here. Trent Daniels still alive, and Noob Warrior is going to get peeled out. Strummer now is also going to get auto-attacked, and tons of damage bursted on here. But Bouncy go wow with the home guard boots does come back mighty quick. The hook is going to land. Are they going to capitalize? They do go in. Ignite being used. The last tick. It's not going to be enough. Does make it into the fountain as Trent Daniels is going to be taken out of the tower. They are going to catch Strummer though. So much burst. One more auto attack. Scoop picks up the kill on a Strummer. As Trent Daniels is going to push that bottom inhibitor now. That mid inhibitor is still up. They do have the supers there. Pushing down onto the tower. Bouncy go wow going in. Wants to kill O'Grady. Can't make it. He's going to be forced to back away. That is now bottom inhibitor that is taken. Top inhibitor that is taken. They're just looking now for the mid here. Are they going to be able to take it? Nasus up in 5. TF up in 21. And that's all inhibs. 2 super minions are now going to blast down top, mid, and bottom. Blue team is going to have to clear them out continuously. This is a great use of the Baron that Elite Synergy had. They knew that they have the advantage already. They picked up the Baron. They pushed, danced around, utilized their champions fantastically, and zoned out, killed high priority targets, took inhibitors. All they have to do now, push down mid lane, let the supers swell, all go onto the tower, and that will be it. Now there's Shyvana going in onto Strummer here, does not see any of the other team members. She is caught out of position. There we see Vi coming in from the top, Nasus with the Wither, Polymorph, Fearless still running away using the Bork. Gets out of there. They don't want to blow big cooldowns to try and catch her. She is kind of that tanky initiator as well as damage dealer though. But didn't know where the rest of the team is. That limited map vision just is so scary when you want to dive in onto somebody. You think they're all alone, all of a sudden a whole team collapses, and yeah. So we will see here. This is all they have to do. Elite Synergy pushing down into the mid. Caitlyn trying to clear out super minions in top, is face tanking and is going to get executed. Don't know if she DC'd or what, but she just got slapped in the face with some big old metal claws. Strummer now trying to clear bottom as 3 members dive right in onto Strummer. He did just use the red card, so he is going to die. And this is going to be it. Elite Synergy is going to be taking the victory away here. Cyclone coming out on Bouncy go wow. The flash is going to be enough to save Lulu, but nobody else is going to survive. There we go. Instant Noodle is going to get dropped out of the base. And that is good game. Elite Synergy picking up the victory here. Great job. They took the game early. Shyvana bullied out Nasus. Ziggs was all over TF's nuts. I mean, all over it. We have Wukong, who tried to make some big plays, got caught out a couple times, but eventually made up for it. Ezreal, time and time again, was going in, doing a ton of damage in bottom, and Thresh being absolute monster, landing the hooks, landing the flays, making the plays, where Nasus needed help up there. Vi never had a chance to go up because she was doing other things. Caitlyn, though the predicament that she was in, did play very, very well. Had some huge damage items. You can see that she was the only individual that had broken over the 11k. She was the carry, and she did her job, but no one was able to protect her here. And overall, elite synergy, small victory, a little bit bigger. Kill after kill after kill, objective after objective, snowballed it into the victory that we